Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Todd coming at you from the backyard once again. Been out here all freaking day, working and toiling, getting some stuff done. I'm trying to, always trying to upgrade my lot in life back here, build my own little slice of paradise, get everything all squared away the way I want it. I want to add this is a new house for us. We've been here a year, but we stayed so focused on the inside that we didn't do a whole lot to the outside. And since we've been here, of course, the wet bar videos it's buried in the channel. I'll link part 1 or something up here for those of you that may be interested in that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, unless you got some free time you really want to kill, speed through that one or don't look at it at all. I kind of did that just for fun. It was a fun little project, but that video is a little bit painful. I'm not particularly good at all of that, filming all that sort of thing, and I don't really have the gear for it. I still use my damn phone, which brings up another point. I'm bad about looking at myself, and when I do that, I notice that when I go back and look at the videos, I always look like I'm looking off a little bit because the camera is on is over here and my head is there in the middle, so doesn't really, Mrs. Sipper loves to go, you always look like you're looking, all you need to focus on looking at the camera. Well, I try, but I fail. I just fail at that. But now that the inside's done, we added I built a bathroom and a walk-in closet, a wet bar, and relocated the laundry. All that took some time, but heck, it's all done now. So we've moved to the outside. Of course, most of you know we put the shade cloth up. Man, I made some adjustments to it. Now it's nice. It's high and it's doing exactly what I wanted to do. It looks pretty nice. I got a little work to do on the other end of the patio. Set up, kind of out, somewhere for the grill and that sort of thing to go, instead of it just sitting there, kind of just in a random spot. And today's project was burying water and power out here in my little shed. Oh, for heaven's sake. My thermostell's gonna die again. Did I not charge you? Apparently it died the other day and I apparently didn't plug it in. Oh well. So, it's not all live yet, but it's all buried out there. Just got to do the finish work on it. Because I've got to finish up a little workstation back there behind the shed, which we talked about, the spoon carving. It was just another hobby of mine. And I need somewhere to work on that, especially this time of year. I make a lot of them for Christmas presents. But I've rambled on, about that sort of thing long enough. We're going to review a beer, and today it's the Strawgator from Abita Brewing, which is over in Louisiana, in Abita Springs, Louisiana, coincidentally, which is north. It's on the north side of Lake Pontchartrain from New Orleans, if you're not familiar with it. This particular beer is it's another one of the, I guess they have I guess they're slowly pumping out the series of Gators. Years ago, the first one was Andy Gator, and it's a Hellsbach, 8%. And then I don't know when they came out with the Alpha Gator. The first time I saw it, I think it was about 2 years ago. And it's an IPA, it's a double IPA, 8%. And guess what? 8%. Look at this can. Good size. That thing, it's enormous. Now this is a Doppelbock with some strawberries, and I can smell them already. Good Lord, look, my glass is almost full. This can is heavy. What the hell? Okay. 19.2% in here. What are you trying to do to me? Okay, so this is a share with friends. All right. This is not, well, I mean, if you're some sort of heavyweight, I guess you could pile off in that. All 19.2. You don't want more than one of these. All right, so back to the thing. Smell of strawberries. It's a Doppelbock brewed with, of course, malted barley. Got some wheat, hopped with pearl hops, and then post filtration, they add apparently, according to the website, it's a lot of fresh juice from Louisiana strawberries. So you see how the yeast went to work on that. I got to tell you, I like that. I generally, as a general rule, don't like adjunct flavors in beer. The ones that I have discovered that I like are few and really few and far between. This one, when you put if it's fruit and whatnot, the yeast are going to knock a lot of that sugar out and leave behind, the essence of the fruit. And they take away all the sweet, or a lot of the sweetness, and sometimes you're left with something that's not particularly desirable. This particular instance, it's tart, and it works with this heavy bock. It works really well. Oh, that's just dangerous. That's dangerous as hell. 8%. Not boozy. It's not boozy at all. This does not drink like 8%. All right, this thing drinks like 5.5. And it's just delicious. 27 IBUs, hopped with pearl hops. If I didn't say that already. According to the website, it's good with desserts. It's a good dessert beer. I don't know, brie and Saint Andrea cheese or something like that. Cheese cake, that sort of thing. Fine with me. I mean, God knows I like to eat. Holy mackerel. I was almost hoping that I wasn't going to be that crazy about it, because I didn't know if I wanted to finish it. I didn't know if I wanted to finish the damn thing, because, kind of wanting to cook some dinner and be a bit more coherent the rest of the night. It's been a long day, man, out here toiling. And one day maybe I'll take the camera and do it when I'm finished with most of it, and do a little tour of what we've done and all that in my tiny little backyard. I mean, my backyard's the size of a postage stamp. The front yard is about half a postage stamp in my tiny little house. My tiny little house built in 1920 something, 22 I think it is. It takes a special kind of fool to want to live in a house that old. I kind of talked the wife into it, but I think she's grown to love it. Now, granted, this one has been gutted and gone through. It's got the charm of a 1922 house, but everything in it is all nice and modern, except for the old original, matchstick floors and the working transoms over all of the doors and the 10-foot ceilings and all that kind of stuff you get in a small house that's that old. You get all of that, but it's all modern and squared away in there. I really need to stay on this. I'm not going to say that it's an absolute written in stone that that fruity tartness is strawberry. I don't think that's the case. It's definitely fruity and tart with that nice malt behind it, and the 27 IBUs is perfect with this. This, honest to God, this is one of the best beers I've had in a long time. And here we are. One of the other ones is damn Alpha Gator from Abita. That thing is fantastic. You guys, everybody knows I'm not a big IPA fan, but the ones I do like are hazy, juicy, tropicals. That thing is just delicious. I wish I could get both of these at about 6%. This thing is it. If I was, one of these pinky out folks, I tell you, it's quite complex with hints of this and that. I don't have a palate for it, which is why I don't do whiskey. I like whiskey. I'm just not going to review it for that reason, because I'm just going to give you, whiskey good, whiskey bad. That's about all you're going to get out of me. Yeah. It's sweet. It's tart. It really, it really just drinks like a tropical IPA, to be perfectly honest with you, with really low IBU. But the way they hop this thing is dead on. Yeah, I don't get to say that often. And Lord, I have poo-pooed some beers on this channel of late, but not this one. Fortunately, I was just in Rouse's getting some, the everyday drinking beer the other day, and I saw more of this one. So guess what? There'll be some more of this coming here out to the Crandall Outpost here pretty soon. My thermocel's dying. I think I've said all I can say. All I can say about this beer without sounding like an absolute fanboy. Now the Alpha Gator, I like the Alpha Gator. I'm not the biggest fanboy of the Alpha Gator. It's a really nice beer. It's heavy and sweet. So if you like big sweeter beers, that one is definitely one that you need to to jump on it. On a side note, one of my good friends, it's been years ago when Alpha Gator first made it over here, and you could only get it in bombers at the time, and he was pretty young and not much of a veteran in these sorts of affairs. Bought a couple of bombers, and he was at his house. He was throwing a party, and I wasn't there. I heard about it through him and another friend of mine that was there. Thought it'd be a good idea to have a bomber. Well, he had a bomber, and then he poured up the next bomber, started working on that one. Then the next thing you knew, he was, running laps around the bonfire, nearly naked, and then rolling around next to the flower bed, showing everybody how much of that Andy Gator he had, if you follow my point. So I know everybody watching this channel is more of a veteran and to engage in that sort of unsavory behavior. So this is another one of those you could easily do it with, because man, oh man, that thing's tasty. I'm gonna finish this. I didn't know if I was, but I'm gonna, because that thing is tasty. I'm gonna go in here and see if I can roust Mrs. Sipper up off the couch, because she worked right there with me today, digging ditches and picking up heavy things. So she's a little tuckered out, but I think I can get her out here. But I'm gonna wrap this up now. Now that I'm sitting here at 15 damn minutes, I apologize for that. As always, please like and subscribe, leave a comment. Love going through all the comments in these things. And unlike my buddy with the Andy Gator, please enjoy all your adult malted beverages responsibly.